Alright, this is my second attempt for Homework Help Module 2, Lesson 1. First one was muted for some reason. Here's the homework. Here's some things we did in class. I'll just go quickly through them. The kids, you should have these in your notes already for the practice module set. Alright, so this is something that we should look at first. Hopefully you see that 1s times 10s equals 10s, 10s times 10s is 100, 10 times 100 is 1,000s, and 100 times 100 is 10,000. Those are the main ones we're focused on. There is another one that I just looked at, and I will not give you the answer to, but hopefully you'll see it for yourself. It's actually 10s times thousands. So on this one, make sure you look at how many zeros there are, and that will give you your answer to what word you should use. Okay? It's actually right there if you really look at it. 10,000, just take out the... Anyway, I just gave you the answer. Alright, so let's get to some problems. These problems here, we see that there is red 19. Let me get that right. We have 19. And since there are 2 zeros, that would be hundreds. So we have 19 hundredths, and we're going to multiply that times 2 tens. And hopefully you see that 19 times 2 is equal to 38. And if you don't, hopefully you can do the math yourself. But 19 times 2, 18. And 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 38. Alright, so now we have hundreds times 10. If we look back, we have hundreds times tens. Doesn't have to be in the same order, but that will give us thousands. Alright, so how do we write that? Well, hopefully you see that we can write 30. We continue with the 38. And then we add our thousands, which is 3 zeros. 38 thousandths. Alright, so let's go to the next one. We have thousands and tenths. So we start off with 6. We also have a 5. And we're going to multiply these. Hopefully you already see the answer to this as 30. So when we multiply these, hopefully you see the answer. Now we just have to put the words in. Alright, so we do have 3 zeros here, and hopefully you see that that means it's 1,000. And this one here only has 1 0, And hopefully you see that that is tens. Oops, let me get that out. So our answer is 30, because 6 times 5 is 30. But now 1,000 times 10, that's our last one. Hopefully you see it's actually not thousands, but 10,000s. All right, 10,000s. All right, so now we have 30 again. We're going to take that 30. We have our first problem though, of course. The problem was 6,000 times 50. And then we have 10,000s, and hopefully you know that 10,000s has 4 zeros. So I'm going to show you the 10,000s. So that's 4 zeros. So we are going to go ahead and look at that and add those 4 zeros to the end of the 30. And then you can add your comma. Okay, so hopefully you see how we got the 30. It was just the 5 times the 6 gave us the 30, and 1,000 times 10 gave us 10,000, and that gave us those 4 zeros here. So that told us that the 30 was going to be 10,000s. Okay, it is actually 100,000s, but because the 30 ends in the 10,000s, the 3 goes in front of it, that becomes 300,000. Okay, but there's our 30 from the 5 times 6. All right, so next we have 250. Oops, our answer is already here, so I'm going to erase it. No! Again, this is my second time doing this. All right, so we have 250 times 300. All right, and then we have 1 0 here and 2 zeros here. So we're going to start off with the 25. Hopefully you see that. And we're going to also multiply this times the 3. Very simple math. Think about 3/4 and you have your answer here. Our answer is 75. So our answer is going to be 75 something. Okay, so we have 1 0 here. So that's 25 tens. We're going to multiply that times a 3, and it has 2 zeros behind it. All right, so now we have 10 times 100. Over here, 10 times 100, 10 times 100, that's 1 0, 2 zeros, 3 zeros, that's 1,000. So we have 75,000 as our answer. Okay, so now we're going to write it. Our answer is 250 times 300 equals 75 thousands. All right, hopefully you see our 25 here and our 3. And these are our zeros. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Alright, so here we go. We're going to go to another example. This time we are going to talk if it's true or false. Is 500 times 40 equal to 5 tens times 4 hundreds? Alright, so the first thing we need to do, we could put them all the same. So this is, oh, actually, I'll show it to you. We have 5 times 10 times 4 times 100. And over here we can break this apart to 5 times 100 times 4 times 10. Okay, hopefully you can see that we have a 4 here and we have a 4 here. We also have a 5 here and a 5 here. So I'm going to go ahead and take my 5. I'm going to multiply that times my 4 over here. Put them together over here. And hopefully you see that we can also do that over here. And then we have, running out of colors, 100 here and 100 there. So let's multiply that times 100. We can multiply this by 100. We're changing the order, but by changing the order, hopefully you see that we have the same numbers. We have the same numbers. And last but not least, we have the tens. Okay. So by putting them in order and seeing them in order after taking them apart, this is proving that this is true. So you can show it by that way, by showing this work here, that this is true. Don't forget some of the other ways that we've done it in class. We explained with a little bit more words. Okay. So sometimes we can use numbers. So we use some numbers here. All right. Let's go to the next one. This is not your bonus word. If you are paying attention, I want you to wait till the very end. This is not your bonus word. Because it says not. All right. Just seeing who's paying attention and who's going to the end. Okay, so this one we can also take apart. We have 66 times 10 times 7. And we're checking if this is 66 times 7 times 100. All right, well, we do have the 66. We do have the 7. But we do not have the same here. The last ones, we do not have the same. So we can say something as simple as 66 times 10 equals 660. Well, 66 times 100 will equal 66 with 2 zeros, or 6,600. So this is not true. This is false. All right. All right, so there we have proof that this is not true. This is a false statement because we group the 10 and the 100. They're different. So just by checking that, we have the 7s, we have the 66, but then we multiply times something else. All right, let's go to the next one. Is it our last one? Nope, one of our last ones. All right, so here we have 30 tens. I'm going to write 30, and I'm going to put an extra 0. Then I'm going to write 6 with 2 zeros. Oh wait, let's do it this way. We have 30 times 10 times 6 times 100. Let me do it again. We have, let me move that so we can see it. 30 times 10 times 6 times 100. Now we're going to do the other side. We have 60 times 10 times 3 times 100. Now the hundreds are right here, the hundreds are right there. Okay. But what about 60? We don't see 60. Okay, if we look carefully, we can see we can group some of these. We can actually break this apart even more and make 6 times 10. And we can keep our 10. All right. So this right here, hopefully you can see already that it's not going to be true. All right, so we can group some things together. We can break some things apart. We have the 3 times the 10. All right. And if we keep going, we can see that we have the 6 and we have the 100. So we have this and we have this. Let me finish it up over here. Okay, so we have our hundreds, check, check. We have our 3, check, check. We have our 10, check, check. We have a 6, check, check. Ah, but wait, we can change them around. So we can change this. Put this first, multiply it times this. Now we're looking alike. Then multiply it by the 10. Okay, so you see so far it looks the same. And then we multiply it times 3. And then last we multiply times 100. So we do have all of them. All right, so we do have it all here. This is true then. This is a true statement. So now we can line them up using the cumulative property, and we can see, and we also change the order of them, which is a cumulative property. All right, and what they're associated with, which is the associative property. And we can see that this is true. Ta-da! Because we ordered them. All right. Bonus word will be in a little while. Let's look at this last one. We have 35 times 10 and I'm going to break this one apart. I'm going to times 8 times 10. And over here, you're going to see the same thing, 8 times 10. And then we're going to have a 35, so I'm going to go ahead and use this to show you my 35. And then we're going to multiply times 100, because we have 2 zeros here. All right, so here our proof is that it is not the same. This is false. Because we do have the 35s on both sides. We do have the 8 and the 10 on both sides. But then, at the end, we're multiplying it times 10 on one side, and we're multiplying it times 100 on the other. So this is the reason that this is false. Okay? All right, you don't have to solve it all the way, you just have to show it. All right, here's your true bonus word. Dun, dun, dun. All right, hopefully this one works. Good luck. May the force be with you.